What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? AJ Good here at the House of Mask, and as you can see, I have some company with me, and it's not just the normal Paleface & Co. company, because we've got a legend here. We'll get into that here in just a second. I'm gonna be honest, we tried to think of some gimmicks for this video, but we just decided that it would be realer and truer and more specific to what we're doing with these pieces to just speak from the heart. So, I'm gonna introduce you guys. We've got Bishop from Paleface & Co. We've got Mike Covert from Paleface & Co. We got a very special guest, Mr.
Andrew Smith.
Woo!
From AWS Studios. This is such a pleasure to be here. I'll go ahead and take it away from here. We're going to go back to a time real fast. This is before 2010 when Mike told everybody who Rudell was and changed the course of humanity in the hobby.
Don't get it twisted. It wasn't anybody else.
Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted.
Mike found those shit.
Mike found them shit. Okay? You got it? Because Mike found it. Okay? But before all that, dude, nobody knew what any of these things were. We tried our hardest. There was fan sites, metabolic, all these different things that these old angel fire sites and just all these things that when I was 13 and Andrew was 14, 15, me and Andrew would talk as much as we possibly could. But since Andrew was from West Virginia and I was from California at the time, it left us like a 3-hour window sometime in the morning, 3-hour window at night. And literally every day, all I did was talk to this guy and try to figure out what clown used for his clown mask. Nothing ever came close. They had showed us different pictures of different masks on different fan sites telling us to convert it and do something to it. And honestly, the reason that all of these things started is because I bought my first 3 masks made out of masking tape by Andrew Smith. He had created a clown, a pig, and a Chris mask that I thought was just incredible. And I bought them, and they were incredible because I think I gave Andrew $50 for all 3 of them. And Andrew was like super excited as a kid to get $50 for some masking tape stuff. But then immediately as I was posting it on all these Latex Mask Central forums and all these different things, somebody was offering me $60, $50 per mask. And I sold them very quick and immediately realized that there is a need for something. And it was something that was as easy filled as some kids messing around with masking tape and stocking hose in their garage. And from there, I remember it was a very quick thing that we bought mask making kits and we started sculpting. And dude, his stuff was some of the coolest things. And what I'm gonna do right now is take you through a little journey because only 3 of these clowns are being released today. And we're only gonna get into the story of roughly 3 of these clowns today. But I can tell you that this nostalgic clown line that we put together right here is something that has gone far beyond just Paleface & Co. It's touched a whole bunch of different people in a whole bunch of different ways. Andrew is no longer part of the making of any of these things. He has been far retired. When was the last time you made a mask before this weekend?
2007.
So you're talking to somebody that has not made something since 2007. The things that we're doing here is we're trying to bring back this old vibration of the way things used to be. If you guys saw the mask that's getting auctioned off, that our friend Joey Fab did, I mean, dude, these things, they come with a little bit of magic. Like, it's really hard to catch the things that we're doing, but man, when we love what we're doing, we catch it easy. Yeah. And being able to mess with some of the people, the most inspirational people in my life, while we're doing these things has reflected on how beautiful everything's turned out. There's literally things here that are a joint venture between us and Sad Clown Studios, Paul J. Vick over there, because there's a great story behind how Paul J. Vick has his mold and where that came from. And these clowns in particular that are sitting right here. There is a group effort between Mike and VXX. Like, these things over here look exactly like they did before. And these things just have this great story. The Tattooed Stranger. Dude.
Paleface Stranger now.
That's your first copy that you ever got. Mm-hmm. and it looks exactly like the one. I have a picture of his mom wearing one of these, and it literally looks exactly like it.
Scary.
So these things that we're going to bring over the next, I believe this will take 3 videos to bring you guys up to speed on everything. It's really special, and I'm super, super excited that I get to share it with the people that I love and the people that love us, because, dude, this thing, although it's here right now, might not last forever, but man, we nailed it. And I couldn't have done it without Mike. I couldn't have done it without the help of VXX. Couldn't have done it without Paul. Couldn't have done it without Andrew. There's so much stuff that went into all of these things that we couldn't get this done in one video. So me and Mike have put these in what we think is the most accurate chronological order. The first 3 that we're going to be releasing are going to be called
The Widman.
The Widman. This mask right here was one of the very first rip-offs of the West G that had ever surfaced.
From Italy.
They come all the way from Italy. They are really, really cool. The originals were vinyl. They had these weird, cool hairs that were put on them. And you can barely find them. I think Mike Rooney might be one of the only ones.
Fabio Taggi.
Fabio has one, yeah.
One of them.
Tag, right?
Jimmy Pino has
Jimmy has, yeah. So there's probably 3 of them out in the hobby right now. And this thing was super cool, so we decided to bring it back for sure. Next is from Jeremy Bohr at Feature Creatures over there. If anybody remembers what this thing was, it was...
every kid's like dream to own one.
Yeah, and if you were me, you just called Jeremy up every week and just got told a story about how the mold was broke and you never really got one. Now to this day, I think, how many are floating around in the hobby originals?
A handful, maybe 10 and under. I don't know. A dozen.
So you're talking about maybe a dozen of these, maybe 3 of these around in the hobby at this point. And AWS, Falk.
One of my favorites as a kid.
How many of those did you make all together, bud?
Maybe 5.
So,
Insane.
we have something very, very cool for this. Just to kick off the nostalgic clown line, my buddy Andrew drove down to our house for the weekend. And the first 10 AWSs that get released were finished by him. He came down, he went down into the dungeon, we gave him an airbrush, we gave him some glue, we told him to do what he does, and he did what he did, and now the first 10 of these are all hand done by him, and he did you guys a favor. He signed the inside of them for you. So the first 10 of those that sell will be the ones made by the artist. That was something very special to us, especially since Andrew was one of the first people that really, really inspired like Mike's whole thing. I know that as we've been talking about all these clown things, like Mike was like, dude, I like literally saw Andrew Smith's on this other site.
Japanese collector back in the day.
Dude, and he literally all the time talked about it. And I was like, dude, that used to be my friend. Like that's like literally the guy I started making masks with. So when me and Mike were coming up with this nostalgic clown line, I knew that it was important to get Andrew involved. More or less, I knew that I wanted everybody that had something to do with any of these to be on board because it was really, really something special to us. So it was really important for us to get Andrew involved in all this and everybody else involved. And so far, this thing came together, probably one of the best projects that me and Mike have put together. As far as pricing goes, pricing is going to work different on all these things. These 2 clowns right here, you're going to only be able to get from Paul J. Vick, and we'll elaborate on that in our next video. These clowns over here will be in a separate video as well. As far as these clowns over here, the clowns done by the artist are going to be $175. These are going to be $165, and then you got $75 for the Widman. Other than that, man, I really hope you guys stay tuned to the next video because I have something really cool planned for these as well as these. This is a collection right here. This will be going up in AJ's thing. This is the Nostalgic Clown Collection. And all of these clowns are the very, very, very first clowns that any of us got. Yeah. In the next video, we're going to go into something that's super special to AJ. So I really, really hope you guys stay tuned.
Yeah, well, I had a lot to do with this, so I guess it's appropriate that I end the video since this is all my idea and I did all the work and I'm just allowing these guys to take credit for it. So yeah, stay tuned for part 2. Part 2 is going to be a fun one. And then stay tuned for part 3. And then also stay tuned for all the videos that come after that that have nothing to do with Paleface & Co. All right, so on that note, let's get on to part 2.
You're gonna do there, and I'll do chow 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 chow.
Oh yeah, I can do it. You ready?
Yeah, you better get on it.
And it was as easy as filling as masking tape masks. What a motherfucker. Alright, there was a need for something to be filled, and it's not Jason's ass with my foot. Fucking, alright. So let's get started. We've put these clowns in pretty much what we feel like is the best
Chronological.
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 We're all fucking numerals.
Timeline.
We put it all in the best timeline. We put it all in the best chronological order. So from fuck me, dude.
Sorry.
I know. Once these things start happening right here, player, you're in trouble. Anthony Kiedis, fetus, player. All right. We put. Now I don't even want to do my arm thing. I feel like I'm fucking.
Good job, Dad.
Yeah, you fucked me up, Jason. Thanks,
Best
bud.
part. I like it.
I'm really trying to explain these fucking things to you. All right, here we go.
We should try to pull this tablecloth out and keep all the clowns on there.
Dude, I'll fucking do it. I could do it if
I'll
the
do
boxes weren't there. All right. So we placed these all in chronological order to what me and Mike believe is best. Real. Fuck is that correct?
I'm gonna start this one over.
Yeah, that would be better. AJ's gonna link everything in the description below. Other than that, man, let's make 2022 all about nostalgia. Say, fucking.
Yeah.
I had to do the finger too. Yeah, double finger.
Go. You ride us out, dog. Ride me out, bud.
Damn.
Fuck.